Okay, here we are again at Mafilis game, continuing with our financial education in schools segment. So we are here with our brother man. So brother man, I would love to hear from yourself on what are your views or your thoughts with regard to financial education, especially in schools. Having that as a compulsory thing that you do in school. So what are your views pertaining to that? You can okay.
My name is Brother Man.
All right, brother man. I like that. You don't have to disclose. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm saying, from the way the world is going.
Okay.
You can't keep saying we stick to our traditional way of knowing things. It's like tying yourself to a method.
Okay.
That's not moving with where the time is going.
All right.
We might like it or not.
Uh-huh.
The whole world seems westernized. There's no way you can say I'm still living like a proper African culture. It's culture has been diluted, and where the world is going, it's unfortunate. It's more civilized than the so-called trying to stay true to ourselves.
Okay.
Yes, we are true to ourselves. Culturally, we are.
All right.
Where the whole life work is going.
Okay.
If you realize the people who have thought the culture of having financial discussions in their mainstream communication in the house, they know about investment. We shall not say races or classes.
Okay.
But there is a class of people that has known inheriting policies from the grandfather to the next generation. It's an empire, but they have foreplanned it.
Jeez.
They sacrificed to say, I'm putting away 300 rand every month.
Okay.
Towards a future that's foreseeable. I'm investing myself in like a 3 million life policy. How many in the African,
in the African community,
what percentage would you say they would have talks like that on a dinner table to say, I'm thinking of upping my policy to 4 million payout rate, like it's generally discussed.
It's not a far-fetched thing. It's not a foreign subject to them.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's in their way of communication.
Okay.
So, as Africans, we don't have that. We learn about it later in life. It's a few privileged ones that get to know the real depth and knowledge and the benefits of such education. It's fortunate they catch up with it, but it's not a lot that catches up with it at a later stage.
Jeez.
But if they catch it up like now, this is where the world is going.
Yeah.
You need to have a funeral policy, you need to have your child's educational policy all the way to success. Even if you go, you don't hinder anyone
along the way.
Yes. A lot of orphans, they're just going to have to leave. From that relative to the relative, it's the black tax. We'll have to take care of Leitanga as a seller.
Yeah.
There's no choice.
Yeah.
But in that other people, whether you die or not, your children are taking, it's up to them to throw away their life or carry it forward. But they're equipped.
Yeah.
Due to such decisions.
The financial security, the muscle, the foundation, it's a given. It's a given thing. It's guaranteed.
We should break that curse that says the black man inherits credit, while a white man inherits a fortune.
Why do you say so?
Because most of the times these parents, they die, they leave their children in lot. They got nothing really to say they benefited from when a relative passes. Or in that next generation, they don't invest in their next generation.
Okay.
It's like you're paying a debt that never ends. The next generation is inheriting that same debt. They're not working for the generations to come.
Yeah.
Which is like full planning in the financial realm.
Yes.
Possible.
Yeah. I like that. So with that said, tell me, given the fact that I think you've more or less outlined and went into depth into into identifying and addressing the gaps that we have, among the black communities or the African communities when it comes to this subject matter of finances. So, in your own journeys, in your own experiences, what has been that one thing or that one concept or that principle that you wish you knew when it comes to money and finances? What is that one specific thing that you wish you knew earlier?
Having savings.
Okay? Yeah?
Savings must be compulsory to any individual.
Yes.
You should have money that's put away that you don't use, that you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you progress. Because if you take from hand to mouth,
yeah,
that's a never-ending process. Just as long as I'm alive.
Oh,
for
just as long. Yeah.
Planning is something that I wish I had done from way before.
Yeah. Hence, you try to do these things as Finacademia, man.
Trying to catch up now.
Yeah,
reality, but
yeah.
Time is no waiting factor.
Yeah. So time waits for no one.
If we catch them young,
yeah,
get them into this mainstream communication about finances and financial education, trust me, the next generation is going to be better than you. Imagine if we catch them as an early age, as like grade 1, you are getting into the financial management of issues in your life.
Okay.
You know there has to be savings. If you are going to be taught that you get paid, you earn this and put this away and for rainy days, if you want, these guys should be equipped with knowing that.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Those that know about it don't even need to go to school to know about it, because it's educated within their families.
Yeah, within the four walls of the family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So catching up, anyway, it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah.
Because remember, a lot of African speaking language kids, they end up speaking quite good English or any other language.
Okay.
But it's an adopted culture. They don't speak it in their house. They learn about it and they master it. To a point that they mastered more than their own masters.
Jeez.
So if this concept is introduced, it's bound to be learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether they speak about it at home, but it's a generation that's equipping so that they speak about it in their own next generation.
Yes.
Right now, they just have to learn about it, grasp it, and use it.
As far as possible, as sooner as possible.
To catch up with whoever does it in the mainstream.
Yeah.
So it's about increasing the mainstream communication in the African sphere.
Yeah.
Financial education. So catching them young and give them the choices along and around the sphere.
Yeah.
So we know exactly where their mindset is. Trust me, everyone is financially inclined somewhere.
One or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah.
But you need to equip
people
to curb poverty and all this.
Yeah. I like that. I think you've answered one of the questions, but I'll ask it regardless. So, what is that one financial advice that you'd give then? As much as you've just highlighted now that you wish you would have knew earlier about saving, stuff like that. So, what is that one financial advice that you wish you would give, especially take for instance, they say you're advising a kid who's 8 years old or approaching their teen stages. So what is that money or financial advice you would give those kids, considering their developmental stages?
I think there's one concept that can work on all age.
Okay.
From make your money make money. Make your money multiply. If you live to see your money getting money and seeing flying away the other window, then you're living in eternal poverty.
So multiply.
Multiply your money. See your money making babies. That's the only way you can see over tomorrow.
I like that.
Maybe
man.
I'm talking from a street hustler's point of view.
Yeah.
But make your money multiply.
Yeah, it should multiply.
Yes, you can't see receiving and degrading. What's the point?
Yeah.
That's a never-ending circle of slavery.
Yeah.
You're self-enslaved.
Yeah.
You go to work hard to feed yourself and to get transport to go back to work hard again. Back in the days, slaves were kept at the plantation.
Okay.
They were fed at the plantation.
Okay.
Their children were educated at the plantation. There was no school fees paid, but he's working for Mahala.
All right.
So we can't say his kids were taken to school Mahala. He was working hard for it all, but they were the same plantation. That's the same mentality. He never owned land or had promised to own land. He just had to work. While his kids multiply, they educate them so that they can have communication with them at the farm. So they work. Their work was to work and produce. They would not have anything to call their own.
And that cycle will repeat now and then.
Repeat. So you are just self-enslaved. They are not just keeping you in the slave yard anymore. They let you go and look for your own accommodation, but pay you enough to pay for that accommodation, take another taxi to come back to his plantation, work the hours that he expects you, go back. Your growth to be something or own anything else
it's limited within that payment.
So you have to see that your money multiplies. That's the only way you can have something that you say. Of all that going in here, of the multiplications, this is what I have.
Yeah. So playing the long game.
Yeah. It's not a long game. It's seeing how to. That's why we're saying they should be taught about what investing is. Putting the investments in a basket and seeing them grow.
Okay.
Not to say what you have is what you have and put money under the pillow. You will still take it and enjoy it. But it's seeing your money multiply. Legally, of course.
All right. So I guess that leads us to our last question. So what's your view on money and happiness? Money and happiness. Happiness and money. What's your view on that?
From a Christian's point of view.
Okay.
Your happiness is spiritual. It's within. There are people with a lot of money that are not happy.
Okay.
There are people with no money that they wish they had money and they'd be happy. People just don't understand where they are. Somewhere where you are better than someone. Why are you wishing to be someone else? So find happiness in what you are and embrace it, because that's where the universe is put you. That's where God has put you. It's for the balance of the ecosystem. Trust me, if someone from slums is just taken and given a Lamborghini and say, now you own it, now you're holding with the high class in Central, do you think their lives will be as balanced as it is destined to be?
Of course not. Yeah.
So where we are, let's find the happiness right there. And money, you can never say you have enough money, because money can't buy you happiness. We've seen rich people take their own lives. We've seen rich people die for anything else. And we've seen poor people happy. Happy in having their one head of cabbage full of love in one shake. So I don't see where money has to do with that.
Yes. So those are two far parted concepts, and they shouldn't be mixed
Very much.
at all.
Very much.
Yeah.
It's the content of the spirit. That's the approach. If you're content with money, it makes you happy. It's also it's your own issue.
Yeah.
If you're happy with money, it's okay. But we can't say money is the determination of happiness.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So, geez, this is part of the reason why I'm doing this, because I get to learn as well. I get to see things in a different pay view other than the one that I hold. So yeah, thank you very much for this. So we have more of a trivia just to make things more interesting, you know. So we have 3 colors here. You choose one from these 3 colors, and then there's a question there, and we have an answer. Okay, the blue one. Okay, you can open it, and there's a question there, and then yeah, you can show it to the screen, and then yeah. So the question says, what would you teach your kids about money and why? And we have those 3 options: taxes, investment, as well as budgeting.
Dude, this is a whole story for the whole team.
Right, I know.
It's about money.
And we are given the options there. But if you want to go beyond those options, you can cancel them and just answer the question. It's you're not entitled to, be you're not bounded to those options there. Because it seems like you have a lot to share. But yeah.
Investments.
Okay, investments.
Yeah, well,
I thought as much. You.
I told you, when I think about what happens, right?
Uh-huh.
What happens with the money that you get? What happens with whatever that you think you make?
Uh-huh.
Is it rotting in the nails, or is it getting pregnant and giving babies?
Yeah.
That's my passion.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to have babies.
In a way,
Yeah.
it has to.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's an opportunity of doing something.
Yes.
And investing, that whatever I'm working for does not rot again.
Uh-huh.
So, I admire people who are in property.
Okay.
Because, dude, the things that you talk about, that grow.
Uh-huh.
That gain value as time goes.
Mhm.
That's why you see most progressed, what can I say, billionaires.
Yes.
Those big wins.
Uh-huh.
But at these states, because they're no property, they will not be staying in another DP and chilling right there. There's no value, there's no legacy that I can leave for my kids. But it's not like that's not a legacy on its own, but I'm saying, grow.
Yes.
Whatever comes in should grow.
Yes.
Grow. See yourself grow. Unstoppable. I mean, invest in what will give you something, or don't invest in something that takes away the value. If it's for business sake, invest in something that gives you profit, definitely.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yeah, I like that, man. Yeah. Yeah, this has been a master class and a half. So from Fin Academia to my brother here, this has been lovely. Thank you very much
it's a pleasure.
for simply navigating through this topic in the best way possible, having this engagement as opposed to interview. So I really appreciate this, and I really appreciate your time.
I'm deeply
Thank you.
honored.